Hi. How are you today? Are you doing well? Are you doing terrible? How are you doing? To quote Bar Burnham, I don't want to know. Now, you're just going to be listening to me talk, because why not? So, just, enjoy something. Be something. Now, if I gave you this log, would you beat somebody up with it? Would you? If I gave you this log, would you then go to jail? Would you? Would you? Now, that is a small little ditty, speech, whatever, by our good friend, Rant. Now, there's not much to do today. There really isn't. Do you think I really have the time to come up with a speech, a script, something that'll last 15 minutes? But that's why you write stuff down. And that's why you just talk and talk and talk. It's actually kind of insane, really, how, stupid the world is. America's collapsing. America is collapsing! One time, they closed a big bridge here in Montreal. And this was a popular bridge, and they closed it for just a bit. And I had to go to my grandparents. My grandparents lived on the other side of the bridge. So, as a detour, my grandpa decided, why don't we go by the locks at Carillon? And I said, alright, that's a good idea. And so, I went to the locks at Carillon, but, the drive there was kind of interesting because, it took 3 hours to drive there from where he picked me up compared to, sitting through 2 hours of traffic. So I really had no choice. First, we stopped at La Belle Province, which is a restaurant here in Quebec. They serve greasy, just dirty food. Yes, and then we drove through a reservation, like a native reservation, because we still have those in Canada. It's not just America. And we saw 31 weed shops. Like what, did Cheech and Chong move in next door? Why the hell were they? They had big signs saying, tobacco here, marijuana here. It was absolutely idiotic. So then, we get to the locks at Carillon, and we sit there for 25 minutes waiting for the lock to open, and then it finally does, and I captured this beautiful video with some random man with sunglasses in front of the locks. So, that was a waste of 25 minutes. And then, we have to get on a ferry, because of course we do, and he starts a fight on the ferry, my grandpa. Basically, he goes on, and this is a 3-lane kind of ferry. One car. So what happens is there's a car, like a pickup truck in front of us, that instead of turns onto the right side, it goes in the middle, causing us to have to fit in really tight to get into the right side. And Grandpa realizes this and says, since it's Quebec, everything's in French. He's like, monsieur, parle the man there, I don't speak French, tell the guy there to move over. And he just doesn't. He just says, oh no, come on, say okay, And we go, and Grandpa scratches his car against this piece of rubber because he's fitting through this tight hole. And he gets out to check, and there's this scratch there. And he goes, and, he's like, I don't speak French. He's like, And then the guy comes, because, you need to pay for ferries, because, And the guy comes like, all right, give me your $10. And, this is all in French, by the way. Grandpa's like, what? Quoi? Tu scratches mon automobile? It's quoi? And he just refuses to pay, and, he starts this huge fight with some kid who's driving the boat and the guy collecting the money. And yeah, it does pay, and he's super upset, and he tells a guy off. And there are some guys with dirt bikes in front of us, and when we leave a ferry, they leave a ferry, because there's only one place to get off. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah. And they go onto this dirt path, and he's like, God, people on dirt bikes on dirt path, never do that. And then, life gets better. Life gets better! And, I'm just, enjoying nature. And then we're only 2 blocks from home, and there's a family biking. Now, on the right side of the street, there's a bike lane. On the left side of the street, there's no bike lane, but there is a lane, like a small one, for walkers, if the bike lane is used. And so, Grandpa slows down, rolls down his window, and keep in touch. This isn't just, man, woman, child. This is man, woman, 3 children, all on bikes, all having a nice, lovely time. My grandpa, he slows down the car, he rolls down the window, sticks his head out, and he screams at the top of his lungs, "There's a bike lane, And then pulls up his window and drives away. And I am just sitting there, traumatized, like, what the hell? You just screamed at a family of 5. What the hell's wrong with you? And, it's my life. It just goes it just goes in the garbage. Everything goes in the garbage. The garbage!